Are you ready? Are you? You look good.
That's right.
You're very handsome. Very handsome human. Hey, what's up? Bill, welcome to Revolutionize officially. What's up, Harrison?
What's up?
What's up, Jordan? Good to see you back at the gym again, my dude. We're just centering over here. So, guys, like always, we are on 2 platforms tonight. 2, not 4. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so we might be going back and forth between the 2 screens. As always, you are more than welcome to ask questions, chime in, offer tips or advice that you may have pertaining to the topic that we are on tonight. We always love suggestions. Tips that I have for people, somebody else might have a tip that works better for them. So as you know, I'm all ears. I'm always open to options, as you may say. So we're waiting for a few people to just join on tonight. If you recall, last week our topic was expecting the unexpected, in the sense of what do you do when you run into a situation where you don't have your meals packed, you're stuck in traffic, this and that. What do you do instead of saying,
Screw it.
Screw it. So me and Randy, thank you for coming on the show today. You're very well. Thank you for having us on your show today. Me and Randy were interviewed today as well. You could definitely tune in. I think we shared it on our story. So as you guys saw in the beginning of the episode last week, is me and Randy were kind of on separate pages as to what we wanted to do, what expecting the unexpected was about.
Which was like that episode.
Yeah, like we literally that was unexpected.
Quite.
We were on completely different pages, so we did what I want to do last week. This week we're doing more like what Randy wants to do. Lisa, thank you for joining in. I know you love our lives. So today, what Randy really wanted to do is he wanted to specifically touch on very specific scenarios that people have run into, that we have heard in the office, and what to do in that specific situation and what not to do.
Yeah, so even though it's gonna be a little bit of a repeat of some of the advice from last week, I know me, sometimes you hear things and go, well, that doesn't matter. And then it's said in a category that you fit into and you go, oh, that makes sense to me.
It makes sense now. Yeah, sometimes things just need to be phrased differently.
So maybe a little bit of the same, may not be, but I'm looking forward to it because I get what I want.
Yeah. Hi, Lise. Yeah, you like when you get what you want. So the first scenario is stress eating. One of the most common things that we hear in the office is, I had a bad day, so-and-so, this happened, I'm stressed, and I want to stress eat.
Yeah, and this could link into the other topics. These other topics can make you stressed, so if some of this overlaps, yeah.
It's probably going to overlap. Number one things that we say is try to find things that are going to draw your attention away from food. Try to find a different coping strategy other than food. Find an activity such as walking, meditation, listen to podcasts, play video games, a new hobby, play an instrument, or cook a meal, if it is revolved around food, that takes time to cook.
Yes, so this is a good idea we were actually coming up with on our little walk we do at night.
Our march? We almost called it our march. We call our walks our march. Hey, Dan.
But yeah, sometimes just, taking the time to cook a different meal or a recipe you find, by the time you make it, you may have lost the stress hunger. Mm-hmm. So you'll eat, but you may not have that binge effect. And as well, touch base with your support group. We always tell everybody, you obviously have your nutritionist, but me and Michelle are here for you guys as well.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody who normally works with Kelsey. Kelsey's off today, and it was an emergency situation. She emailed me, and I was more than happy to help her out.
And, for me, when I find myself stressed, I look for a relatable meme and post it and get some internet love, and that works for me.
We love memes.
So if you guys
and
need
TikTok.
someone to be angry with memes, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I'm constantly angry.
Yes, he is. And I just want to be happy. So as you guys see, we're always posting recipes online as well. So pick up those recipes that we post, modify them, make them your creation. What if you have an addiction to chocolate? Oh.
So it could be a good option. Obviously, going for the chocolate donut may not be the best move, but this is something where we can work with the nutritionist, work with your team to put together maybe a lower calorie, lower macro option that can hit the spot for you without turning into a binge.
Yeah, like I'm going to touch on this in all seriousness, and I'm going to give you a few different avenues on this, okay? If chocolate is a trigger food, you're really going to want to watch out unless you develop a healthy relationship with chocolate, knowing that it's okay to have chocolate in your diet and that to not have a guilty relationship with it. Now, with that being said, there's two other options. Depending on the person we work with, we're going to probably say, hey, you're craving chocolate. Okay, go have a piece of dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Track it and make it fit into your macros. Some people need the actual chocolate. However, people like myself, I like swaps for chocolate. So like I love the mocha PB2. Sometimes I'll just mix that with a little bit of water and it hits that chocolate mocha peanut buttery sweet tooth. Sometimes I'll do a chocolate protein shake or chocolate pudding using the Apollon Nutrition protein powder. It's Dutch chocolate. It's the best chocolate flavored protein I've ever had. So instead of mixing that with 8 ounces of water, I mix it with like maybe a quarter cup of water, and it makes like a thick pudding consistency. There's some fat-free Cool Whip up on that, and that hits my sweet tooth. So there's different solutions for each person.
And those can be pretty customizable. But another good question came through: how do we control stress and cortisol, regardless if you're doing good or not?
Great
honestly,
question,
a lot of the same things can be useful in terms of, if you have, it's going to sound like nerdy or not nerdy, lame, but use your accountability group, use your people you check in on with. If it's a workout partner you always have, touch base with them. Silly stuff like this, of like, okay, was I on track today? Touch base with your nutritionist, touch base with us, touch base with whoever your support team with, and sometimes just touching in and going, all right, today was good. I controlled my controllables, and the bullshit sucked. Can help. For me, it's always podcasts and video games or ebooks. Those are like I need them.
He needs them, like literally needs them.
Other people like walking and more athletic stuff, but for me, it's always, I try my best to fill my mind with at least some useful knowledge to tune me out for a couple minutes, and it helps the best it could.
Yep.
But, there's a lot of telehealth and therapy available as well, too.
Yeah, and my coping is comedy. I need to sit back and watch something hilarious to draw my mind away from things.
And I always laugh at her. I go, are you watching a bad movie again? She goes, yep. I go, all right. How do you think?
It's terrible. It's a terrible. I was watching an awful show today, but it had me laughing like the whole day. So to each their own. Totally random, but on our Facebook platform, I was given a chicken pizza recipe where you use the chicken breast and the food processor to make a crust.
Ooh.
I have heard about it. I have not made it yet myself, but I have actually heard phenomenal things about it. I have.
I'm not going to lie. For my spot, I heard it looked like, did you try that chicken pizza podcast? And I'm like, I need to.
Yeah, chicken pizza posted. But yeah, those are really good questions that you guys had. Yeah, definitely coping, humor. Find what makes you happy.
And again, it doesn't have to mean what makes most people happy.
Exactly. Things not to do.
Yeah, these can be as important as the things to do.
Things not to do, because we have seen people go to the complete polar opposite end of the spectrum.
Don't be too happy ever.
Creating an unhealthy relationship with food or guilt or mental health, emotional eating, so forth. Don't over-exercise. Don't punish yourself with over-exercising. We have seen people do that, and immediately it throws them on that freaking hamster wheel of, I did terrible, I stress ate, and now I'm going to work it off.
It can be a really nasty cycle, and just don't give into it. And if you saw you did, address it, stop it, don't do it again.
Yeah, try to stay away from using food or exercise as a punishment or a reward.
Yeah, never say, I'm going to have this dinner. If I do X, I'm going to do this. If I do Y. You're going to have both either way, and you're going to do both because you want to.
Right. Don't limit food for the remainder of the day. Don't starve yourself. It will backfire.
And this is something I think we may touch on later. I don't recall. If you make a mistake and it's going to be slightly over, or you're going to starve, go slightly over.
Yeah, go slightly over. And in addition, say you have I always use that analogy. You have a flat tire. Don't slash the other three either.
As well as, I know we always talk about, and nutritionists mentioned as well, but you guys have ranges on the macros.
Yeah, you have ranges, so you don't have to get obsessive with the number that you
haven't heard it in a minute.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
It's actually really good. So the last thing you want to do is start developing bad habits and associating that whatever you did with your food with a punishment or reward
and
or
as well,
guilt.
sometimes, especially with me, it always helps to look at things in a macro sense. In a macro sense, look at your week as a whole. Not each day is limited, and sometimes that can help you average things out a little.
I like it. So another common problem we see that happens is people are stuck at work. So you're stuck at work. Let's say you actually have your meals prepped, but you're going to be there much longer than expected. My personal advice for everybody is always, if there's a refrigerator at work, have like an emergency snack at work. So like at work for me, I always keep a
Something
big
that
ass.
won't go bad.
Something that won't go. Yeah, mine will go bad eventually.
But you know what I mean, like long shelf life.
Yeah, like I always keep either a big container of cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. I keep a jar of my protein powder at work. A couple packets of stevia to sweeten it up. Things like that. Keep that there as an emergency. If you meal prep ahead of time for the week, you can always stock like an extra 2 meals in the refrigerator as well. If you know you have like a busy schedule.
But I'd say those are the best case scenarios. Let's say you don't have any of those. If it's a little bit and you can make it on filling up with water, obviously do that. If you have to order in or use Wawa, Quick Check, 7-Eleven, some of the things, we actually have a lot of great options for those. I think we sent the PDF out last week.
Yep.
So protein heavy is the answer with that. If you need more details of that, I think we have last week's live saved. We have a ton of stuff on that.
Yeah, if you need specific things, we'll send it to you. But Wawa has a ton of options. Grubhub and DoorDash are available to you these days, so you can have it delivered right to where you're working.
Protein heavy is going to be the answer, and then have the rest of your food and get home.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get like a Caesar salad, but I get the Caesar dressing on the side and just grilled chicken on top, and that keeps me going for a while also.
Like I put the salad on the side.
You just eat the dressing.
I just put it in my mask.
You foul creature. So we're going to stress protein. Get your protein in.
Yeah, and it's not because protein's so great. It's just that protein's the one that'll fill you up the most, and you're probably going to have a hard time catching up with.
Yes. A go-to snack that has been convenient for me as well. As you guys know, we have a storefront at Revolutionize that just has quick grab-and-go stuff. This food there is not everything. It is literally like emergency snacks. So sometimes I'll go to the Quest chips. Those are like my go-to.
Yeah, I saw Lenny and Larry's come through ahead.
Lenny and Larry's. Oh, here, let's scroll up. Wait. Hold up, guys. Thoughts on those Lenny and... Okay, so Dan, that's a great question. So, Lenny and Larry's protein cookies as a work snack when I get stuck late.
They're not the worst, but just be aware of what you're getting from them.
Yeah, so the marketing on Lenny and Larry's cookies drives me up a freaking wall. They'll advertise with like 16 grams of protein on the front. Yeah. The 16 grams of protein is for 2 servings because the whole cookie is 2 servings.
But I got to be honest, in the past when I was dieting, half a cookie warmed up with some Cool Whip did hit the spot.
With some Cool Whip. Yeah, so just make sure you're reading the nutrition label correctly.
Because the carbs aren't brutal for one cookie.
I think
they're rough.
I think they come to like 60. I think they're like 60 grams
for
of
2
carbs.
Cookies.
For one whole cookie, because one whole cookie is 2 servings. So
I thought there's 2 cookies in there.
No, it's one whole cookie.
Well, whatever it is.
One.
The half, whatever the half is, it's not bad.
Yeah,
for some people it is, but you can make it work. Just be aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, I've been digging the Eat Me Guilt Free brownies that we sell and the protein chips.
Yeah, look at them more as a meal replacement than a.
Yeah, so just the Lenny and Larry's are fine. Just be aware that the market,
because I find them filling.
Yeah, so. And this is great. So Bill is a great recommendation. The tuna packets.
Those are all
tuna
so flavored
packets.
too that I could live on those.
You love those. So that's a perfect. So me, I can't do tuna, but Randy's, he always went to tuna. That was his go-to, and they have those tuna packets. They're flavored or unflavored.
Lemon, the zesty ones, this or that.
They're
great.
So convenient. Great. Is it Starkist that makes those?
Yeah, they're a little bit of dolphin meat, a little bit of tuna.
Dolphin meat. Can you not? And protein powder. Oh, beef jerky.
That's your go-to.
Yeah, so protein powder is
I like
always...
how excited you got.
I get so excited because I forget that I use that all the time, especially when I was prepping. Beef jerky is a phenomenal choice. Yes, it's high in sodium, but if you have no issues with sodium, like myself and most people that we work with, have it. And the protein powder, whether it's in a baggie or in a jar, or keep the protein powder there. Great recommendation, Bill. I love that. So the other one is stuck in traffic.
Yeah, a lot of the similar advice here. If you run by a Wawa, a Quick Check, 7-Eleven, even some fast food places are pretty good if you know the menu and know how to work your way around it. Grab some protein, grab some of the items you're talking about. Get you can go Jersey Mike's, get a sub in a tub.
The things you're gonna want to watch out for are the marinades, the oils, the dressings, the cheese, things that are gonna really accumulate the fats.
And you'll be shocked how bad the oils and dressings are compared to even the cheese. The cheese is bad, but it's really those oils and dressings.
If you guys were a part of our seminar last year,
which should be online.
It is online. It's on our YouTube channel. It's Revolutionize Nutrition YouTube channel, and we discussed the difference of getting a Jersey Mike's sub with and without oil and the fat
content. 30
content.
grams of fat.
It was unreal. So those are things to be wary of, or just be aware of, and
you're probably gonna not choose to have it.
You're gonna probably choose to not have it. Yeah. And like we said, we do have a PDF. If you want it, we could send it to you. You can discuss it with your nutritionist, the best options. My grab-and-go snack when I'm stuck in traffic is the Core Power protein shakes.
Yeah, you like those a lot.
I'm obsessed with the chocolate one. Obsessed. Again, that's Core Power, beats muscle milk by a ton. I'm trying to think.
Those are your big ones.
Those are my big ones.
So this is a current one.
Current one that people have been dealing with. So when the gyms closed.
Or missed the gym for some reason.
Or missed the gym. People were just having issues keeping control of their nutrition because the gym was closed.
So sometimes they were timing things with the gym. Sometimes they're less hungry, more hungry, sitting in front. Lots of different reasons.
Yeah. So that being said, Randy's always going to say, hit your protein, hit your protein, hit your protein. And don't under-eat to compensate for the missed workout. Unless you're like an elite athlete and...
I don't even want to say that.
Yeah. And and it's happening for a long, substantial amount of time, and we're trying to fuel you specifically for some sort of very specific training. That's something you'd have to talk to us one-on-one with, but for the masses...
Even my bodybuilders, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. For most people, you just don't under-eat to compensate.
Just get on track the next day.
Get on track. That's it. Very, very simple. Feeling hungrier than normal and hormonal.
Yeah, so this could be hormonal or stress, whatever you're going to call it.
Yeah.
I definitely am hormonal 1 week a month for
sure.
You're
so hormonal. So when you're feeling hungrier than normal, you're dealing with some hormones going a little crazy. First, I'm going to tell you, touch base with your nutritionist, myself, or Randy. If your nutritionist is not available, they are your first touch point. If they're not available, like for instance, Kelsey wasn't available today, you reach out to us.
And you guys know I'm a little off center, so I can help with this sort of stuff.
You're off center?
A little bit. A little bit.
Connect with us online. Just, you're working with your nutritionist. I want to make sure you all know, and I was talking to Bill the other day as well, you have us as well. So, connect with us, stay in touch with us online, see the content we post, the recipes we post, the tips we post. It can just kind of keep you
we're here to help. Don't ever think you're bothering us. I have lots of time.
Yes, time.
Not really, but I make time for you guys.
We make time. Again, focus on your protein and know that the protein's going to fill you up. It's slow digesting. And if you're also, in addition to that, for carbohydrates, if you are looking for volume, like I'm a volume eater, I personally like to get my carbohydrates from vegetables. So for instance, I can eat my cup of my oatmeal, which is going to be this big, or I can get the same amount of calories or carbohydrates from this much vegetable. So personal preference, to each their own.
Also a good time to take those advice of the making your own meal, walk yourself through it, do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Take time before you eat.
Yes. Slow your eating down. Drink your water in between your chomps, for instance. Oh my goodness, there was so much more that came up. How did that get frozen? Sorry, guys. Hang in there. I see more that just came through. Wait, Dan, you had 2 Lenny and Larrys today? Track it. What are your thoughts on using a meal replacement shake every day for breakfast?
I'd say I have no problem with that.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. If it's what works for you and your lifestyle, I'm always going to choose to do what works for your lifestyle first because it's sustainable, it's realistic for you.
If for some reason there's a sodium issue or anything like that, but I can't see any problem with it.
Yes. Specifically talking about macros, if there's something else going on that we need to talk about, that's a separate issue.
Wawa.
So Bill, great. Wawa has grilled chicken and fresh spinach, heat and go. Beautiful. Very simple. Let's see. Hey, Mary. Sorry I'm late.
You're never late. You're right when you're supposed to.
You're always on time, baby. So let's go to the unexpected dinner date or event. Oh. Yeah,
which can almost go into the next one, not going to lie.
We'll
say.
Okay. So the unexpected dinner date or event, this happens all the time. A few different tactics we have here.
My date schedule is just so jam-packed these days.
Randy doesn't leave the house. His date is with Grubhub and DoorDash.
And Loki and Thor.
Our chinchillas. Hey, Erte. So, first of all, is that meal worth it to you or not? Okay, so do you want to use it as your refeed, or I like to call it just like a relaxed meal? Then use it as a relaxed meal. Easy peasy. Oh, we love you, Erte. Miss you. So you could definitely use it as your relaxed meal. I try to get away from using the cheat meal.
Yeah, especially for a term like this. This is one of those where I always say you have those 2 to 5 pounds of wiggle room in your life. If it's something to make you happy, you need the meal, you might not get, you and your husband, wife, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, have a minute to get out there, do it, have some fun. And just because you're going out doesn't also mean you need to pig out.
Yeah. And we also say you don't want to not live your life because you're on a nutrition plan. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Melissa.
So, hey, Mel. So, is it worth it or not? Or the option is you can always get like a side salad with grilled chicken, dressing on the side.
Also, you don't have to miss time with friends just because you're going to eat clean.
Yeah, please don't do that. Please don't do that. That makes you boring.
Yeah, like you can go out and there's just nothing wrong with ordering healthy options.
Dude, I mean, when I was on prep, every time I was on prep, I was always out with friends. I go out with friends. I track things ahead of time, the best of my ability. Even with drinking, I wouldn't drink, but I'd go out and I'd maybe have like a cup of coffee, iced coffee,
and we'll
or
probably
something
touch
like
on
that.
those again soon.
Yeah, we're gonna go on that in a little bit. Try to stay away from the bread. I usually go out with a protein shake in my system. So by the time I get to the restaurant, I'm not ravenous. I'm not starving. I can kind of sit and think.
And if you can
before
scout
I
the
eat.
menu ahead of time, it always helps.
Always helps. Grilled chicken, fish, shrimp is always good options.
A good lean cut of beef.
Good lean cut of beef, avoiding the butters and oils and marinades again.
So obviously, ribeye is going to be rougher than a fillet.
Yes, different red meat has different fat and protein content, so you just want to be aware of that.
Usually more expensive than
Yeah,
worse.
give me a fillet. Now this leads me to alcohol, because a lot of times when you're going out to dinner, there's alcohol involved.
It's a combined one.
It's combined. If you're one of our athletes, and I'm saying this because we do have a few people here who are athletes of ours, we're going to say no.
That's a different topic.
That's a different topic. But if you, what do you want to say?
Well, so normally I say if you're going out to drink and it's, am I stressed and want to drink or am I choosing to enjoy a drink of my own? I always say pick and understand your whys. If you're saying, it's Friday night, I want to drink to let loose. All right. Pick your spots. If it's part of your cheat meal or relaxed meal, cool. Make it fit.
Yeah.
Awesome. But if it's something you're like, I'm stressed and need a drink, let's just reevaluate. I'm not saying there aren't days where you decide I need that drink and I need that freaking drink. I'm going to kill somebody.
Like most of the moms we work with.
But pick your spots. Have a spritzer, cut it. See how you feel with one drink, and then at least try a water in between. Try not to go straight to I'm going to down a bottle of wine.
Yeah. If you're going to choose different alcohols, vodka, tequila, your clear liquors, and club soda, not tonic.
Yeah. I know everyone always likes to rip light beer, but light beer is light. It may not be real alcohol, but it doesn't have a lot of calories.
Oh, it's real alcohol. It's just not a thick.
Well, I know everyone likes to make fun of it.
I was talking to Matt the other day about it. I'm like, why don't you just get a light beer? He's like, no, I like lagers. I'm like, you need some hair on your chest. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Anyway, side story. So
be a cheap college kid. Get a course light.
if you're stressed. Other options, I think this is my number one go-to for everybody I work with.
Don't substitute with other drugs. That's not a great plan.
Please, God, don't do that. But my advice, honestly, is go to sleep. If you had a bad day and you're cranky and you're crabby and you feel you're going to lash out on somebody or do something that hurts yourself, go to sleep. I have shared that method with everybody, and it works every time.
Because I don't like to push exercise, don't exercise, but this could be a good idea to stretch, meditate, do some functional movement crap, something like that.
My peaceful music that I put on, it puts
Your
me
ting ting?
Oh, ting ting's great. I love it. It's so relaxing.
But we're realistic. If it happens, also don't beat yourself up over it. Deal with it, get up, stay and rock and roll.
Absolutely.
And touch base with us.
And touch base with us. And Randy also said, take 15 minutes and do a project that you've been putting off or a new hobby just to direct your concentration elsewhere.
Yeah, even if you have the drink while you're doing that. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Just you'll be sipping rather than chugging.
Yeah. How many times have I been stressed? I'd go out for a drive and I just put my music on.
Yeah, there's so many times
You don't. I do. I go out for a drive and I blast my music, and it's awesome. We also work with a therapist, Kelly Johnson. She is phenomenal to work with if you're dealing with stress and coping, and you want to make sure that you're not using alcohol as a coping mechanism.
She's pretty kick-ass with that.
She's really awesome. We've had her.
She's kick-ass with a lot of us.
She is kick-ass. Yeah, we've had her on this a few times. She's been phenomenal.
I'll give therapy another shout out right now too. With the world being the way it is and telehealth being a lot more available, now is the time to try it. Most people even offering it for free or even that.
It's great. It's great. The other thing is you forgot. It's the end of the day. I was actually just talking to Dave about this today. It's the end of the day, and you forgot to track some things into your app, and you realized, oh my God, I didn't track my lunch, and now my macros are off. I'm over my macros. Oh my God. It happens to the best of us. It happens to a lot of people. They just eat something, they forget to track it. Shake it off. Like I said before, you have a flat tire, don't slash the other three. Stay protein heavy, get back on track. Do not deprive yourself. And then if you did super overeat, we tell people, again, don't use exercise as a punishment. ever. The next day, PR.
Yeah, and,
Try
and you notice you said to get a PR, not do more.
Yeah. Hit a PR. Say, okay, I normally deadlift this amount. Let me
Jen.
try to go a little heavier. Hey, Jen, I had that little extra food yesterday. It's going to fuel me. Try to go a little bit heavier with good form, of course. If you're an endurance athlete or you're a sprinter, marathon runner, try to go a little bit faster. Things that are positive and not a negative or a punishment.
Try to act like you're fueled up the way you are.
Yeah, the gym is a phenomenal thing that we have access to, and it really allows our body to do some pretty cool things. So if you got a little gas in the tank, do something cool with it.
Yeah, farts for deadlifts.
Farts for deadlifts. Farts, is that going to be our next shirt?
Well, I heard gas, and I was like,
Hashtag
sorry,
farts for
I'm
deadlifts.
an idiot.
So that's what we're running with. Hey, Lawrence, those were like the most common. If you guys have any ideas or
Or if any
issues,
come through, DM us, send it to us.
yeah, if there's something that you've run into, an issue you've run into, and you've tackled it in a certain way, please feel to drop it in the comments so we can share it with the others. Again, these are the most common issues that we see people run
And
into.
as well, we're always taking recommendations from you guys, what you want to hear. So
Yes.
if you think of anything during the week, tonight, later, touch base with us. Let us know what you want us to talk about, because I'll ramble about almost anything.
Absolutely. Please share that with us. Let us know what you want to hear. That's what we're here for. Petey. Hi, Petey. And that's it. Let me just make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. You didn't see anything come through, right?
No, not yet. No, I'm actually pretty good with that.
You're good. It was good.
Everyone's loving this. This is awesome content right now. This is what's breaking the internet.
This is breaking the internet. Yeah.
All right,
Aloha.
guys.
All right, everybody. We're going to sign off. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, and please, if you guys want to hear stuff, let us know. We want to talk about what you want to listen to.
Absolutely. We love you guys. Take it easy. Bye. Bye.